Hello, welcome back to 3D Drawing for Model Railways. In the last episode, as you can remember, we finished off the banks here, and today's episode what we're going to do is move on to doing the clamps. Now these are slightly different to the banks. These are clamps here rather than rollers, but realistically the size we're looking at is so small it's not really going to make much difference, so I'm not going to really alter those. And as you can see, they've got this frame over the top here, which obviously is to help support them while they're clamping the rail down. To keep obviously nice and tight and rigid. So basically we're going to use the banks that we've done before and then make these alterations to put these supports over the top of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a new component. So come up to the top here, selecting the base intermediate, right click, new component. The parent is already selected as that base intermediate. The name I'm just going to call that the clamps. Capital there. That's it. Okay, and then click on OK. So we've now got this with no bodies. So the component's got no bodies. So we come into the intermediate bank. If we select on body 1, right click, and then do copy. And then select clamps, right click, paste. That then has created a copy in here. If we come over to the top, rotate around, and I'm going to move that off to the side by 30 mils will do, and then that will create a body within clamps, which has the one component we've done previously. So we'll do the same with body 26, so copy, select clamps, paste, and then we can move that across 30 mils as well. So we've now got essentially 4 of those base units copied over. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is create this bottom brace across to the other side of the clamp here. So I'm just going to rotate round onto the bottom, create a sketch, select that profile plane that we've got there, and what we'll do is measure this. This is 3.92 millimeters from that point there. So I'm going to create a rectangle. I'm actually going to go from that point, and I'm going to drag it across like that. Okay, and then I'm going to constrain that point to there, and then going to define that point to that edge as 3.92 millimeters, and click on OK. That's now created this rectangle that goes all the way across. Select the profile there and extrude that, and we're going to extrude it to the top surface there. I'm going to tell that to be a join. Okay, the next thing we'll do is inspect that angle, and we can see it's 45 degrees. So we can create a sketch on that inside profile there, and go from the corner up, define that angle there, that's 45 degrees, and then extrude off, cutting that bit off so we've got that angle. Okay, the next thing we need is this rectangle that comes up the top here. You can see the height is 6.17 millimeters, and it is 0.5 wide. So easy way to do that on the top profile here. We'll just create a rectangle that's 0.5, and this snaps to 1.3 across, and then extrude, and we said that was 6.17 millimeters. And then click that as join. So you've now got that. So the next thing I'm going to do is draw the top bar across. I'm going to create that sketch there on the top of this circle that we've created here. Hopefully that will give me the midpoint of the circle. If we project on all of this, and I should be able to use a center point rectangle if I can get to the midpoint. There you go. And we can extrude that out. Okay, so dimension wise, the length we've got 77 inches divided by 148, and the width, I'm going to go the same width as these, which we know is the 1.3 millimeters. So if we select dimension that end as 1.3, that gives us the rectangle on the top. We now select the profile, so holding shift down, just selecting all of these profiles here, and then we can extrude that and rotate that round. That's a bit join. I haven't actually got the thickness. Actually, yes, I have. It's 2 inches, but we're not going to do 2 inches in this because that'd be just way too thin. Maybe 0.5 millimeters thick, I think. We'll go with that. So we now got that top cross member. Okay, and then what do we need now? So we're going to draw a sketch on side profile, and let's draw a line diagonally down. Let's actually turn off the chassis. So draw a line down, I'm also going to draw a line down there. And the purpose of this line here is the distance from that point to that point is 47.5 inches. So we'll vertically constrain that to that point to start with, and then dimension from the point there to the point there. And that's, as I say, 47.5 inches divided by 148. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll draw a line down there. There's parallel, so you get the double blue lines coming up there. It's parallel. Draw that line, and then again vertically, horizontally constrain that to that point, and draw that across. Actually, just looking at the diagram, this is actually supposed to be thicker than this. So what I'm going to do is undo that, and I'm going to draw a line here, and we're going to define the width of that. So we've got a width here as 0.5. I'm going to define the width of this as 0.8 millimeters, and then we'll come back up, keeping the two lines parallel. So I'm actually going to go above it, and then I'm going to parallel that to that line so that they'll actually not go to the corner, but it'll overlap slightly, and then we can just cut off that bit and that bit. But they'll still be constrained there, don't worry about that warning. And then we select the profile and extrude to the other side so we've got the same thickness across. And if we do new body, just no, we can join it. We'll join it, and then what we'll do is we'll mirror that feature across the midpoint here, which I don't think we'll have in this component. So we'll construct mid-plane between that face and that face, so we know it's in the middle, and then we can mirror that the feature of the diagonal line there across the mid-plane there. So we've now got that going over the top. What I'm going to do is just remove this out, so that's actually cut a hole there. Which which is weird that it's done that because we did select that profile. Let's just go back and fix that. Back in history. That extrusion, that feature. We'll select that profile. I should fill that hole in. That's gone way too thick now. Edit feature. Select those 3 profiles there, fill that in for me, and then what I'm going to do is remove that off the top. So I'm just going to do split body, splitting tool in that top surface, put a separate body there, and I can just remove that. And jump back through the history. At the bottom, we should have both the sides sorted. Just turn that construction pane off. Okay, so that's how I've done it on there. And obviously, what you could do then is copy exactly the same over to this one here. So again, you can copy this over. Simple draw sketch on the bottom of here. Do rectangle, and then we can coinstance that corner to there. Define the length to that edge, which I think was 3.92. Yep. Extrude that up to that top surface. Join. Draw a sketch on the side here, and that was a 45-degree angle. Cut this side off. And then draw a sketch on there, which is a rectangle, go corner across, and we add 0.5 width. Width was 1.3. Extrude to top surface there. Create a sketch on the circle. Project on all of these profiles. You might not actually have to do that, you might just be able to select it, but it doesn't matter. Center point rectangle. Define the width, which was 77 inches divided by 148. And then the width there is 1.3. Profile, extrude, height, select that top surface, I'll bring that up, do a join, and split the body there, splitting tool in that surface, then we can remove that little bit on the end. Create a sketch on the side, drew a line down there, and then a line down there, and vertically, horizontally constrain that point to that point, and the distance between there and there was 57.5 inches divided by 148. That's 0.8. Okay, so now it's caught up. We'll put this line in here, drag that across, parallel those two lines up, and then I'll cut off these extra bits we don't need there, and extrude all the way through, join, and then we'll create mid-plane on units. And then we can mirror that across. Mirror the feature there across the plane. You could just draw, it's just as easy, I suppose, but I'm being a little bit lazy with that. Construction going off. So now we've got two different types with these feet a bit over the top. So now that we've done that, we've essentially got two different types of wagons there. We've got the intermediates and the clamp wagons. And essentially at this point, all you need now is the bogies, and you could run a rake theoretically that would be transporting either the empty wagons to the rail production site, or from the rail production site to the yard where the rest of the wagons are being left. So yeah, nice and quick and simple there. I think we've done, 13 episodes there. Obviously I'm going to do the bogies, and then we're going to move on to the other wagons after this. Hope you're able to follow along with this episode, and if you have, give us a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.